Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be going over the May 2025 releases, and there are so many. There are a shocking number of new releases in May 2025. I don't know why I wasn't expecting that, but I definitely wasn't expecting that. It's also 67 degrees in my house, so I'm wearing a heavy jacket in the middle of spring. And I'm sorry if my hair does crazy things in this video. Normally I have it down and kind of behaving, but when I put it up, you get all these like little flyaways and stuff, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I can't possibly be bothered to have my hair down right now. So I'm very, very apologetic, but like not that much. Not enough to change anything. Okay, all of that being said, let's actually get into the new releases. And the very first date is May 6th. And of course, the very first book coming out is a Freida McFadden book. I don't understand. Does this woman, she's gotta be a robot. Like, she's gotta be AI or something, right? Like, she has to be AI. Like, she cannot possibly turn this many books out because she already had one out this year that I did not like, right? I read it with my mom, I think, earlier this year. I don't remember what it was called. What was the new book? You can see how many I've actually read and did not like. The Crash. The Crash. I gave that a 1 star. I hated that book. I absolutely hated that book. Okay, anyway, so the next one out is The Tenant. I probably will be reading it because I am so hit or miss with Freida McFadden books. It's become just like kind of a joke at this point. But I also like reading them because I read them with my mom. And it's always fun when I buddy read stuff with my mom because she is so nice to books. I think she actually really liked The Crash. I think she liked it. She didn't love it, but I think she liked it a lot. And like I said, this one is called The Tenant. It's coming out on May 6th. And it says it is a gripping story of revenge, privilege, and secrets turned sour. There's no place like home. Ooh, we have a male main character. Blake Porter's riding a high until he's not. Fired abruptly, able to make mortgage payments that he shares with his fiance. He's desperate to make ends meet. Enter Whitney, looking to rent a room. She's exactly what Blake's looking for. Or is she? I love that it's highlighted or bolded. Danger lives at home by the time Blake realizes that the trap is already set. Again, more bolding. I like that. Okay, I'm gonna read it. It sounds really interesting. Her books always sound interesting. Next, we have one that everyone is pretty excited about. This is a sci-fi horror. I love sci-fi horror. It is really, really cool genre blend. It is a really, really cool genre blend, and it's normally done pretty well. So this is Overgrowth by Mira Grant. Annihilation meets Day of the Triffids. I've never heard of Day of the Triffids, but I did read Annihilation. I didn't love how weird Annihilation is, but I like the story behind Annihilation. In this full-on body horror alien invasion apocalypse. This is just a story. It can't hurt you anymore. I don't want to know anymore else. It's kind of like horror books. Like, I feel like you should go in without knowing too much. And I feel like this is definitely one. And I'm getting this one, so I'm excited about this one. Next, we have Silver Elite. This is a gorgeous cover. This is a gorgeous cover. I think it's going to come with the basic, well, I guess first edition run. I don't know if it's just the first edition run, but I know that the bookstores are going to have like a silver gilded edge is what I've seen, which it's not my favorite. I don't love gilded edges, but it looks pretty. In the first book of a searing new dystopian trilogy. You have me at dystopian. I think dystopian is probably my favorite, like, it's not like, it's technically a genre type, right? Like, it's not one of the overarching ones, but it's definitely a genre type. Love dystopian novel. Love dystopian novels. It's gonna be a trilogy. Young woman must conceal her psychic powers, her attraction to her handsome, infuriating commanding officer as she works undercover to take down a brutal government from within. So the hope is, with that, it does bring up immediately that she's attracted to this guy. So I'm hoping it is more on the slow burn than it seems. Little concerned about that. Little concerned that it's going to be more romantic-y than the fantasy aspect of things. I want a really strong dystopian plot. Next one, purely cover by. This is not something, I love how I said I don't put historical fiction, but this is a historical fiction book. I probably will buy this because the cover is everything that I love ever. Like, it is everything. I love this cover. And it is translated. Spellbinding historical novel from the New York Times bestselling author of A Long Petal to Sea and The Wind Knows My Name. A young writer journeys to South America to uncover the truth about her father and herself. So I am very curious about this book, and it's mostly just so pretty. Like, it's so pretty. Riveting tale of self-discovery and love from one of the most masterful storytellers of our time. That is a very interesting claim. It's a very bold claim. One of the most masterful storytellers of our time. That is an incredibly bold claim. But yeah, stunning look. I don't know necessarily if this is the type of book for me, but I may try this one. Shield of Sparrows. I keep hearing about this one, so I added it. It is a romantasy. Slow burn, high stakes romantasy, perfect for fans of Sarah J. Maas and Rebecca Yarros. I don't trust that. I don't trust that. That is, those two author names are such clickbait. I don't like that. I would have preferred different romantasy authors picked. Not everyone can just slap Sarah J. Maas's name on stuff and now Rebecca Yarros' name on stuff. I don't understand why. Like, what makes this for fans of Sarah J. Maas and Rebecca Yarros? Where enemies become lovers, monsters stalk a cursed realm, and a forgotten princess finds the strength to tear off her crown and become the warrior she was never meant to be. This doesn't sound like a Rebecca Yarros book. Like, a lot of people like Rebecca Yarros' book because of the dragons and the world, and that is so different than what this is promising. Like, why are you slapping that name on here? Like, don't do that. It makes me not want to read the book because of that. And that's not the author. That's not the author doing that, I don't think, at least. That is most likely a publisher decision to try and like be like, come read the book, come read the book. But this does put people off. This puts people off when you just slap random names that don't actually make sense with the book. Because I wouldn't put Sarah J. Maas's name on this too. Maybe the Throne of Glass series for Monster Stalker Cursed Realm kind of thing, but I would put like Bridget Kemmerer. That sounds more like A Curse So Dark and Lonely. So I would have put that name on it instead of these two. It's just, it drives me nuts. But anyway, May 6th, that is coming out. I'm going to give it a shot. It sounds good as long as it really is slow burn, high stakes. The Thrashers, I have not gotten to this, but I do have an arc of this. And it's just a young adult thriller. It's just going to be a fun young adult thriller. If I'm not mistaken, Julie Soto is the author of a bunch of romance books. Right? Yeah, and I think she's having one come out this year. Yeah, Rose in Chains is coming out, which a lot of people are super excited about. So this seems like a little bit of a side quest to write this one, but I've heard really good things about it. Like, those are phenomenal ratings. So great job, at least before I've read it, of switching genres and doing a good job with it. Welcome to the Thrashers, the elite friend group at New Helvetica. I don't know why I said it like that. There is no C. Helvetia High. I don't know. It's a fake word, so I don't know how you say it. And definitely correct me. It's not a fake word. I'm gonna laugh. That's like some word that I've never heard of before. And it's like ancient Greek or something like that, which I would not be surprised about. Ellie Hazelwood blurbed this. What? Twisting through a lot of unforgettable drama and suspense that encapsulates the vulnerability of adolescents playing adult games. Okay. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. I have an audiobook. I'm really excited to get to this one. His Face is the Sun, and this sounds so good. This is young adult fantasy, and it is ancient Egyptian Game of Thrones. That is a lot to live up to. Again, this is another one. If you slap Game of Thrones on something, it better be insanely high stakes in a very, very fleshed out world. Yeah, you better be ready for that. So I'm going to be really disappointed. And again, fans of Leigh Bardugo, which is another one that everyone slaps on theirs, and Sarah J. Maas. What makes it so that it seems like that? Well, let's see. Forgotten Oracle will unite them against an ancient enemy, but who will be the one on the throne when the red dust of Katara settles? So I do see a little bit more with that. Like, Sarah J. Maas, again, Throne of Glass was very ancient evil kind of thing going on. So I can definitely see that. I can see the Throne of Glass thing. Leigh Bardugo, a little less. Like, I get the ancient evil thing, but I don't know. I don't see that in this. Maybe the Oracle thing, but it's just pick different authors. There are so many authors out there who people love. Be more specific. Pick someone who is more specifically like your book, instead of just picking the obvious ones. And then we have one that is everyone's talking about it. Everyone's talking about it. I have yet to read a Joe Abercrombie, and I don't know if I'm going to read this one. I'm nervous. I feel like I should. It's fantasy horror, which is a very interesting blend of genres. A brand new epic fantasy from New York Times bestselling author Joe Abercrombie, featuring a notorious band of antiheroes on a delightfully bloody and raucous journey. I love antihero stories. I love them. So I feel like I have to read this. Like, I feel like there's no other choice. So I feel like I'm going to give this a shot, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I am actually pretty excited about this one. Okay, we are moving on to May 13th, and the first one is Can't Get Enough. I am not caught up in the series. I do plan to read the first one, but I have not read anything in the series, so I'm not going to say anything else other than that this is Kennedy Ryan's new release in that It's called the Skyland series, but the first one was Before I Let Go, which people love. So I would really very much like to read it. I just heard it's like a lot, like when I read my romances, I want these like cute, fluffy little romances, and I don't want to read anything that's too emotionally damaging. Which is funny, I say that when I have Say You'll Remember Me. I didn't know. Okay, I thought it was gonna be fluffy. Okay, that was my fault not looking into it more. But I've heard this one is very emotional, so that's kind of what has put me off reading it, because that's just generally not what I read when I read romance. Dream on Ramona Riley by Ashley Herring Blake. I feel like Ashley Herring Blake has made quite a name for themselves in the romance sphere of sapphic relationships. Yeah, that Delilah Green doesn't care. I haven't read it yet. Obviously, I want to. I just haven't gotten there yet. I have Make the Season Bright as well. I haven't read it yet. It's kind of sitting over there. I got it right after Christmas season, and I was like, do I want to read this? Let's wait till next Christmas. So I do want to read this, and it sounds so cute. A small town waitress and a Hollywood star's worlds collide in this new romance. That sounds so adorable. So I'm pretty excited about that one. I'm going to say the phrase, I'm pretty excited about this one, a lot, and I'm going to apologize in advance. But I just get so excited when I'm looking at these new books, because I normally forget what a lot of them are. Immaculate Conception by Ling Ling Huang. I'm pretty excited about this one. I actually have an e-arc of this one, so I was going to start it closer to the date, but I wanted to get through my April releases first. I'm so behind, okay? I'm the author of Natural Beauty, which I haven't read and I really want to. I really, really want to read that one. Set in the fiercely competitive art world, a novel about an obsessive friendship upended by a cutting-edge technology purported to enhance empathy and connection. So my understanding of this, and I could be totally wrong, take everything I say with a grain of salt. I want to say it's like a friend gets a little bit jealous about what another friend is doing, and they create this like almost like neural connection kind of thing, and they are melded somewhat together, and it sounds crazy. It sounds so crazy. So this is sci-fi horror, which right up my alley, so I'm pretty excited about that. I hate myself that I'm saying it so much, because I hear it coming out of my mouth, and I can't stop myself. I don't know what it is. Next, coming out on May 13th is A Curse Carved in Bone. I am going to try it. I'm gonna try it. I did not love the first one. This is actually, the first one was, what was it? It was A Fate Inked in Blood. I gave it, about a 2.5 stars. I just really hated the romance in this. I could have dealt with everything else. I was just bored. The first one was so boring, and I didn't like the romance. But I think where the book ended, it's very interesting where the second book could go. So I'm going to give the second one a shot. I'm not going to try my absolute hardest to read it. I'm just going to read like the first couple chapters and be like, okay, is this for me? Is it not? Because at that point, I would just be reading it and rating it low because I didn't like the first book, and I don't like doing that. So we're going to try this one, but it is the second book in that series, and I believe the final book too. The Incandescent. This is also one that has been talked about for quite a while, and I'm excited because it says the Scholomance series meets Plain Bad Heroines. And I have not read Plain Bad Heroines, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to love that book. But the Scholomance is my #1 favorite book / series in existence right now. I have 3 or 4 sets of the book series. I love that book series. I literally am actually, so I'm going to be making a membership on YouTube, and it's the Discord and stuff is going to be named, and the tier is the Scholomance. The obsession, the actual obsession. So I'm gonna be really mad if this is not like the Scholomance, because the Scholomance is such an interesting premise with like you being in this school that's trying to kill you basically. And I hope it's like that, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be. It is having to do with a school and magic, but the thing that makes Scholomance so interesting are the monsters, and I don't see monsters really in this. So we'll see. Then one that I also have an e-arc of, and I actually have a listener copy. Is that what an e-alc is? Audio listening copy? Is that what that is? That doesn't sound right. An alc. That doesn't, is that what that is? I keep seeing ALC in reviews, and I'm like, is that an audio listening copy? I have that. I have an audiobook early copy of this to listen to, because this sounds terrifying. If you slap, this is young adult horror, if you slap a horror book underwater, I'm gonna be terrified. I'm gonna be terrified. It was one of my absolute like nightmares to be stuck underwater somewhere, which isn't a problem because I don't plan to go underwater. That's just not a thing for me. Like, that's not a problem. I'm not going deep sea diving. I'm not gonna go diving into boats. I'm not doing any of that stuff. So I should be good. I'm not going cave diving in those little, like, those crazy, like, underwater caves. I'm not doing that. No. I'm not a crazy person. If you like doing that, great for you. Absolutely not for me. Yeah, this is what this looks like. The deeper you go, the darker you fall. And yeah, it's just underwater. On a dive 6 months ago, they find ancient gold and etc, etc. I don't want to know anything else. I want to be terrified. I hope this is terrifying. Also, I'm so sorry. My air decided to cut on and the vent is so loud. Like, I'm used to it by now, but I suddenly was just sitting here in silence and I was like, oh, that's probably going to be kind of loud on here. So I am sorry about that, but little bit of background ambiance. Moving on to May 20th, we have Wandering Wild, Lynette Noni. So this is the same author as The Prison Healer, which I am trying to read the rest of the trilogy. Loved the first book. I gave it a 5-star. I have not read the rest of the trilogy yet. It's on my list. But this is a young adult romance, so this is different than her fantasy books that she did previously. And it says, she hates him, he needs her, can they survive when all they have is each other? Adorable. Adorable. And it's young adult, so she's gonna be like cute. Young adult romance can go either one of two directions. One, it can be super annoying and just be way too angsty and really annoying. Or it can just be like super cute and bubbly and like almost like a first love type of thing where everything is very innocent and adorable. And I love that. I think that is so cute. It's a very heart-stopper situation. So I gotta hope this just gives me bubbly vibes. Next is The Starving Saints. I don't know about this author. But I know a lot of people are really excited about this. I did not love The Death of Jane Lawrence. I started it and was so horrifically bored with this book that I didn't finish it. And I don't know, have I read anything else by Caitlin Sterling, or did I try anything else? Last to Leave the Room, tried that one, didn't like that one at all. So I don't know if this author is necessarily for me. This is a transfixing, intensely atmospheric fever dream of medieval horror. So there's a lot happening in that. The fever dream aspect, don't love. I don't love stuff when it's very theoretical or just kind of over my head a little bit. But I love the idea of medieval horror. Like, that sounds pretty great. And it looks like the castle, there's been a castle under siege, food is running low, sick issues, etc. And I just don't want to go. But, yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know if I want to try and say that word. Bacchanalian madness. Ooh, I don't know about that. Okay, we'll see. I'm gonna wait for reviews on this one. Next, we have The Love Haters, another one that I'm gonna wait for reviews on because her books, like, she came out with The Bodyguard and everyone's obsessed with it. And it was so good. I read it 5 stars. One of my favorite romances still. It's just so funny. And then her books seem to have just kind of taken a nosedive of what people like. And a lot of people like see them as cringy now, or just like they're weirdly serious in a light-toned novel. So I don't love that either. So I'm gonna wait to see what people say. It just says a thin line between love and love hating, but it seems like it could be cute. But I don't know. I'm nervous about her books. Behooved. I can't not look at this and immediately think of the Hurricane Wars. I don't know what it is. I think it's the second book that looks closer to this one. I don't know what it is, but I keep thinking the Hurricane Wars and that it's by the same person who did the Hurricane Wars. And I'm pretty sure it's not. Pretty sure it's not even close. Yeah, I don't know any of these books. None of these are what I was thinking that it was. A charming slow burn romantasy. Again, that's the key. I wonder, because now that I'm pulling all these romantasies up, all of them are saying slow burn. I wonder if romantasy is slowly morphing to realize that we love romantasy, but not the insta-love aspect that a lot of romantasy books have had these past 2 years. So a charming slow burn romantasy featuring a duty-bound noblewoman with a chronic illness, a prince who would rather be in a library than on the throne, and a magical ride through a world of cozy enchantment. So this sounds really cute. Fantasy, romance, romantasy. This looks adorable, and the paperback is beautiful. Like, that is absolutely stunning. And then the one everybody is talking about, and I am so nervous about because I did not like One Dark Window at all. I still need to read Two Twisted Crowns, but I did not like One Dark Window at all. The Night and the Moth. I will be getting a copy. Next big romantasy phenomenon. The gothic mist-cloaked tale of a prophetess who is forced beyond the safety of her cloister on an impossible quest to defeat the gods with the one knight whose future is beyond her sight. So this could either be amazing or I'm not gonna like it. I don't generally like travel stories, and that's kind of what this sounds like, but I love quests. I love quests at the same time. It's a very strange combination since I don't like one thing, but generally a quest has to do with traveling, so I don't know. Yeah, everyone is pretty excited about this one. Next is The Butcher's Daughter. I believe that this is a historical fiction, but this sounds really good, and I'm a huge fan of Sweeney Todd, and this is Mrs. Lovett's story. So I think, yeah, I'm probably gonna try this one, even though it is historical fiction, but it says horror first. So I could do some historical fiction horror, I think. Next we have Salvacion, I think. A Latinx young adult fantasy inspired by El Zorro. Lola de la Pena becomes the masked heroine, Salvacion, in order to save her family and town from a man who would destroy it for the magic it contains if she doesn't fall in love with one of his men first. Zorro, I love Zorro. I grew up on Zorro. I loved Zorro. Antonio Banderas, I had such a big crush on him when I was a kid. Yeah, love it. And that romance in Zorro, so good. So good. So I'm like, I'm a little nervous about that. A little nervous about that, but I'm gonna keep my mind open. But I feel like I'm gonna be meaner on this because I liked Zorro so much. And if you're gonna say you're a Zorro story, you better be a Zorro story. And then to our very last date, May 27th, we have Ali Hazelwood's surprise release. Like, I feel like we knew this was coming because it's Not in Love #2, which we knew was coming. I had no idea it was coming out this year, though. Like, I didn't realize it was coming out this soon. So maybe that was just me. But this is the second book in the Not in Love series, which is why I was very happy that I actually read the first book and enjoyed it. And this is going to be following Maya and, who is it? Maya and the other guy. The guy that I didn't like, which has me a little nervous. Connor and Maya, that's who it is. Connor, not the biggest fan of. I love Maya as a character, though, so I am pretty excited about that. And I think this could be even better than Not in Love. But again, cautiously optimistic. Then we have this one, just looks really cute. All superheroes need PR. He's a villain looking for a hero rebrand. She's the marketing genius who can make it happen in this fantastical romantic comedy by the author of Beasts of Gadamora series. I don't think I've read that. Yeah. Oh, she's written a lot, it looks like. I have not read any of her other books. This looks so cute, and I love this idea of like a villain rebranding and she's the PR person. That's so adorable. That's very different than anything I've heard so far. That is everything that I have for you for May. Definitely let me know if I missed anything. I'm sure I've missed something. Something always falls through the cracks, and then you guys tell me and I'm like, oh yeah, I should have known that. I should have known that that was coming out. But I'm pretty excited. There's quite a few things coming out in May. The Ali Hazelwood I'm really excited about. The Night and the Moth, I'm really curious if I'm going to enjoy a Rachel Gillett. The Incandescent, which says it's like the Scallamance, so it better be like the Scallamance. Yeah, there's just like a ton of cool stuff coming out. So I'm very excited for opening up kind of, well, I guess April is spring, but I'm just going to say opening up spring with a lot of new releases. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Definitely make sure to let me know down below which books you're most excited about, what books you want to pick up. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future content. Make sure you like the video if you enjoyed it, and definitely leave a comment down below about whatever you guys want to talk about. And I'll see you guys in the next video.